And after Tom Homan was announced as border czar, we heard all these sound bites of him on every channel over the last few days. It reminds us of what we used to hear about the border and all the wives of the border agents when they were panicking about their husbands and their safety. You always mention, Lawrence, about them being accused of whipping the migrants, and that turned out to be false. So let's play a flashback of what the women used to say and then get to the positive story about what's happening at the border now. Listen to this.
Seeing the frustration on the faces of our agents when they come home and feeling helpless because there's no way to comfort them. You know, our Border Patrol agents are doing an outstanding job managing this humanitarian crisis, but they are frustrated because no matter how good they do, the migrant flow doesn't stop. And, you know, the border security mission is being completely neglected because there seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel. And talking to my Border Patrol family, I don't like how our agents are being unfairly labeled because people with a political agenda are calling our loved ones horrible names or accusing them of not doing their job.
It has become too much. It's overwhelming, and our agents have been completely demoralized under this administration. We have lost so many good agents that have taken early retirement and just opted out or left the patrol altogether instead of dealing with this for one more day. It's inexcusable, and it's a complete disregard of the responsibilities for this president.
Tom Homan said he had to shut off his phone because so many people want to come back to the job. So many people want a job, want to come back to ICE. But what about the men and women who are working the patrol? These are some of the texts that Bill Malugin got. He said morale is super high, especially with the Homan news, too. This from another agent, ecstatic to go to work. Morale is even higher than the first time he won. Another, oh, dude, people who are going to retire are not. Everyone is happy. So that is just unbelievable. And the thing that you point out when you go there is that it's the middle of nowhere. And then I ask people where they live, because to get a hotel in that area, usually run-down hotels, not the nicest. So I go, you know, I'm looking in the area, not the greatest area. You have a choice. You bring your family to an area which is not a lot of population, small towns, not a lot to do. Or you leave your family at a major metropolis, and you have to stay there during the week, and you come back on the weekends. And then if you go to work, you're not being supported, and then you worry about your life, and then you spend all day changing diapers and telling people, you know, they got a cold and getting them Robitussin.
Brian,
I just say that's the problem.
That is the real point that you just made. They've been changing diapers. They've been doing processing. This is law enforcement. They want to go after bad guys. They want to be able to go after, they want to chase after people, lock people up that are a threat to our country, and they haven't been able to do that. And so the text messages that I've been receiving from guys that I know there are excited that they get to actually work again.
Right, so because the handcuffs are being taken off. And in fact, Fox News Digital spoke to Paul Perez, who is the National Border Patrol Council president, and he said that the agents are so excited that they're going to be able to do the jobs they signed up for that they have not been able to do over the last 4 years. A number of people who put in their retirement papers asked for the papers back. They want to stick around. And, of course, the Department of Homeland Security has got a lot of openings, and so they're going to take them back. The other thing is he also said that given the fact going forward that Donald Trump has made it very clear that he's got the back of the men and women of Border Patrol, this is going to help with recruiting. 100%. So it's going to be so much easier to get quality people to work our southern border because they are now allowed to do their jobs.
Yeah, that's what, and he told Fox Digital, it's so exciting. Think about how positive that is for our law enforcement individuals. They don't make a lot of money. They put their lives on the line, and now they're getting support from the president.
They need rapid processing. I hope they call Henry Cuellar. He's dying to work for somebody. And all these people that ran ads, I'm going to be tough on the border, Laura Gillen and the others, these Democrats, Tom Suozzi. All right, go work with them. And don't be a block, right? Don't be a block. Go ahead and fulfill the ads that got you the position, because most of you kept your positions because you ran like Republicans.
I thought the liberals who voted for Trump down in Texas were misogynists.
Oh, yeah. That's what I heard.
It had nothing to do with the border.
Well, he did flip a couple of districts down there.
The last thing I would say on this, those in the media that are concerned about due process, there's also a plan under Donald Trump's leadership with Tom Homan to get federal judges, immigration judges, not these officers that were part of that bipartisan bill. No, these are federal judges to get the process along. So if you have an asylum claim, a judge will adjudicate that, make a decision. But the moment the deportation order is signed, Tom Homan is coming after you.
Sure. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.